Okay, this video took longer than expected, but let's finish this thing. We left off in the previous video on the hunt for Dr. Hayden, since apparently my man knew how to find the last Hell Priest. Now at this point in the challenge, I've gotten pretty good at swapping weapons and knowing which weapons to use for which type of demon. All the killing I've done, all the bodies I've mutilated, so far has concerningly put a smile on my face. Doom can easily be summed up into what I like to call the 3 Ds: death, disease, and dehydration. I say dehydration because I spent an entire night playing this game without getting up from my chair. No fluids left nor entered my body throughout that day. I nearly had a heart attack because it felt like my butt, my dumper, my trash compactor I call my ass, was fused to my chair like cheese melted to a grilled cheese sandwich. Like, you know how a spine is typically supposed to look like this? Well, mine basically comes down like this and then just goes like this. But anyways, I came across these tentacles blocking my only way into the facility, so I blew both of them up and proceeded through the gate. Here, I am a god. Nay, I am God. I pulled down my pants and let the sheer size of my Yankee Doodle strike fear into everyone here. They had no choice but to let me take this sword handle and Samuel Hayden. Now completely out of thin air, this menacing young lad came out of nowhere and made me make sure I understood who truly had the biggest bison balls in this room. This battle was honestly completely unfair, since the poor guy brought an axe to a gunfight. It took a while to figure out his movement pattern, but after getting the hang of it, the super shotgun seemed like the best pick for maximum bullet penetration. With 68% of Hell's forces now completely slapped and spat on, I uploaded Samuel to my ship. He told me that I had to make it into the core of Mars. Now, there is no actual way I could teleport there, but it's a good thing that I had a plan. I made it to the BFG, and well, I think it's safe to say that if a gun is this big, it can pretty much put a decent sized hole into anything you shoot at it. Making it to the gun itself was not for the faint of heart. I'd say trying to dig through concrete using a broom would be easier and more pleasant than to do this. But hey, in life, all you really need is a little determination, maybe some luck, and a lot of perseverance, and you too could accomplish anything you want. Like blowing a hole into Mars. I took a little part of the BFG in order to have a miniature weapon of mass destruction in my arsenal. I can now confidently say that I am incredibly overpowered. Literally, once I cycle through my weapons and get to the BFG, I'm guaranteed to beat the wave of enemies that I am on. I skipped my jolly schoolgirl self all the way to a shuttle and launched myself at dangerous speed straight into the core. It is here where I have to get to that blue portal you guys see far ahead in order for it to take me to Sentinel Prime, which is basically the location of the final priest. I completely humiliated, downright mortified the demons here. They practically allowed me to just step inside this portal and make it to Sentinel Prime. So this is it, huh? This is where the final priest is. I'm not gonna lie, he chose a very bougie ass world to be his final resting place. I was foaming out the mouth, just dying to get to him. I was like a wild animal hunting its prey. I was literally forced into gladiatorial combat because of the sheer amount of rage that was flowing through my veins. Again, the game doesn't understand that I have weapons and all he has is a shield and a mace. I punched him in the face a good amount of times until eventually I blew up the door he was holding and burnt half of his body. He kinda looked like Thanos after he snapped his fingers. It was about time this gladiator matched my level of madness. But just like his skull, things don't last forever. With the gladiator now obliterated, I pulled out the super shotgun in order to give the last Hell Priest just a little bit off the top. I went back to my ship and the con maker was pissed. So pissed that she told me she will release something called the Icon of Sin upon Earth. Apparently, it's strong enough to lay waste to the entire planet. Now you see, this would intimidate me, but I just finished putting a gaping hole inside of Mars, so honestly, I think I can handle just about anything. She sent some lackeys to try and kill me on my own ship, but I took care of them and realized I needed to get an even stronger weapon to go up against the Icon. Terra's Nabad, here I come. All I really have to say about this part is that the Marauder turned me into his pet. I have never felt this disrespected ever in my life. But it's okay though, since after all this embarrassment I suffered, I obtained the handle of the Crucible Blade and, well, was forced to fight another Marauder right after. I just don't understand why I have to suffer twice in this game. This battle basically consisted of me running around for ammo and trying my hardest not to get hit. Thankfully, I eventually killed him and dipped the handle of this powerful sword into the unholy holy water, thus creating the legendary Crucible Sword. A single blow from this bad boy could part the sea in half and change the weather. It's a shame I won't be using it because it is not a weapon that is in my weapon wheel. Thank you Gun Game Challenge for stripping away such a cool weapon from me. Well, now that I acquired the weapon I can't use, I now had to go to Urdak to stop the Con Maker. Only problem is that no human has ever set foot into the Maker's dimension. I had to go to some factory in Necroval in order to even get in there. I took Vega with me so he could create an exit portal while I was in the dimension. Now, Necroval is basically this huge soul factory that somehow converts souls into energy. This factory was no joke. The sheer amount of enemies I had to go through was downright insane. I got stuck in a cage and then proceeded to destroy these tentacles. It seems to be a common theme to have tentacles just kind of flopping all over the place. Nothing says hell like Squidward tentacles. Throughout this battle through the factory, I've experienced the afterlife many times. I did anything I could think of to get past this factory, and let me tell you something. This level nearly broke me, only due to the fact that they brought back my boy and the Marauder to really just use me as a mop, clean up shit that's on the floor. And I wasn't even at the Citadel yet. This is the Citadel. I wasn't even in it, and my cheeks were getting spread like jelly on toast. Now it's in the Citadel that the difficulty spike went up to 11. Take everything I just did before and add like torture porn to it, and you got yourself the inside of this place. On top of this, my frames keep dropping, so it was just not a good time. I mean, just look at this. It lags so badly, I can see the fireball in the explosion. But I did make it to the top of the Citadel and released the 2 Titans that were being held captive. The portal to Urdak opened up, and I was there ready to jump into it. I think it goes without saying that Urdak looks astonishing. The color palette of this dimension is outright beautiful to say the least. I skedaddled my way to the Con Maker and stabbed the heart of the icon, thinking it would kill it, but it sort of just got angry and left to go destroy Earth anyways. So basically, big oopsie on my part. I was now in some real deep crap. I thought about it, and before I go after the Icon of Sin, I had to first take care of the Con Maker. I never leave a loose end untied. The good part about this palace is that the weird alien guys with the forehead drop a lot of ammo and health if you get a headshot. And since I'm basically a human aimbot and their heads are basically a huge target, headshots come easily. Of course though, in this game, everything is a double-edged sword. If I get better, then the enemies in the waves become much harder, so basically I just end up remaining bad at the game. There'll be sections where I fly by it, and then the next thing I know, I'm on my knees begging the game to lower the difficulty for me. But hey, check this out. After aligning these rings, it was time for me to finally kill the Maker. Despite all my training, the Con Maker made me sweat. I could have easily filled up buckets filled with my sweat, tears, and piss. This fight hit me with blows I wasn't ready for. Blows so hard, I'm pretty sure I have a huge dent on the side of my head from the sheer skull pounding I received. I had to juggle cycling through my weapons and getting ammo and avoiding their attacks literally the entire fight. Gun Game definitely made this fight problematic for me. I took a breather and had to stop and think and realize that I'm just fighting an oversized pigeon. Like, look at it, the thing has wings and it's literally just flying around. And I'm the big dude with the guns, so this shouldn't be this hard. This boss fight really, when you boil it down to its roots, it's just Duck Hunt, but like on steroids and extremely more violent. With this in mind, I took my pants off since I felt that it held me back, and then I ate a bowl of nails for breakfast without any milk, in order to confirm that this is indeed game time for me. I slowly but surely lowered all of this bird's health, dodging its attacks left and right. I made sure she felt my pain with every punch I threw at her. Eventually, the bird came crashing down. God, ugly bastard, my God, look at it. Oh my God, what the hell is that thing? My God, no wonder it was angry. Now that I think about it, I think this guy is related to the corpse that I found underwater. If that's not foreshadowing anything, I don't know what is. Its life exited its body and turned the sky red. It was time to fight the icon, so I used the 3 rings I activated to take me back to Earth. Upon arrival, I realized that, my God, this icon is it's quite a large fella. Like, I knew he was big, right? But goddamn, is it a whole different story when you're literally right in front of it and it's trying to kill you. But it's okay though, cause your boy got this. In order to kill him, I have to rip off all the armor plates on his body and then do damage to his actual body. But this fight was awful, disgusting, downright putrid, I'm talking rotten. Stepping on glass and then rubbing the wound with salt started to sound like more of a good time. My heart was beating so fast that I thought it was going to explode. Like, I'm talking, my whole body was shaking. I came down with a fever, I had the sniffles, I contracted a sore throat. I mean, I was just a mess. This boss fight really just messed me up. I was at the brink of death because of this boss fight. Damn near had to call an ambulance to come rescue me because I ran out of refills for my inhaler. Luckily, they came with some defibrillators, and the short burst of energy running through my heart was all I needed in order to get to the second phase of this boss fight. I literally now just had to rip the meat off of this man. This scary bastard, this ugly bastard, this disgusting bastard, god damn, I can't wait to put an end to you, you freaking demonic juiced up goat. This entire boss fight took me about 2 hours and some change. I put my foot all the way down on the gas pedal and ripped off the brake in order to finally rip this demon to shreds. His brain was exposed, so I went ahead and took my crucible blade and jammed it right there in the middle, right where the motor area is, rendering this icon now completely unable to move. His chin cracked on top of the roof of this building, and with that, I, Undead Color, completed Doom Eternal with Gun Game. Oh my God. Look, I did it, okay? Jesus Christ. I hate you ID Software. But I love you guys for taking some time out of your day to watch my videos. Please, go take a rest, grab a coffee, maybe some bread, and just go relax, enjoy your day or night. It's over now. Please subscribe to me and like the video to keep this channel nice and healthy, nice and thick. Leave a comment down below, literally any game and any challenge you'd like to see me do, and I will do it as soon as possible. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.